You've got a digital transformation on the way, you're running a mid-cap firm and you need an IT project manager. Well, I did some of that about 5 years ago. I hired 20 project managers for a rather large PE-backed firm, and noticed some key things that were very important. One was really around adaptability and flexibility. Another was really around the culture and context of the change. This was a pre-IPO situation, and really there was such a difference that we created a pretty weird service that allows us to screen those and select them for customers. To make that work, there are three things that we need to do. Number one is to really source your candidates, of course, in the most normal and traditional way. I'd say if you can get roughly 10 of those going and on your list, that's a good start. And then secondly, we need to really check their values. So what we're saying there is testing. We can do psychometric testing, but you need to at least have some screening interviews that test their values before you test their cognitive capabilities. One key thing is the size of company and the type of transformations they've run before may or may not matter. For instance, if you've worked for a very large firm, have you actually worn all of the hats that is required or would be required for a mid-cap firm? So that's that middle sort of section after traditional sourcing is to do some value checking, and we do that through psychometric testing as well. Through the benefit of testing them through that is the ability to see if they're data driven or more conceptual. And usually in mid-cap we really are looking for people who can get their hands dirty. Nothing wrong with the people who are the opposite, but it's just what's appropriate for you. Lastly, uniformity. So that really means having standardized questions, standard ways to actually assess each person. We have like a 5-layer questions process, and we also standardize questions based on a person's capabilities, experience, attitudes, etc. And that all falls into a scorecard, and to us that was the only way to really rank the people. Hopefully you get a lot of close candidates and you can then compare their technical experience in the past. We're not expecting them to be hands-on, by the way, but they do know what they need to be leading. That's the three aspects. Number one is standard traditional sourcing, get some CVs on your plate. Number two, in our opinion, is some values testing and psychometric testing. And number three is uniformity. It is only fair to assess people using the same sets of criteria, questions and output. I hope that helps. Take care.